This is the Pro Football Report, presented by BCWSA, a weekly recap of your Philadelphia Eagles and all the news around the NFL. Broadcasting live from Chickies and Pete's, tonight's show is brought to you by the Philadelphia Protestant Home, Rob's Automotive and Collision, SEPTA, The Capitol Grill, Cheerleaders Gentlemen's Club, Ventresca's Custom Clothing, Chickies and Pete's, Begley, Carlin, and Mandio Law Firm, Hand and Stone Spa, Penworth Financial Services, BCWSA, and CJ's Tire and Automotive. We now go live to Chickies and Pete's for the Pro Football Report, presented by BCWSA. Now, here are your hosts, Delaware County Times Birds reporter Bob Grotz and voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, Merrill Reese.
Thank you very much, and good evening, everyone. It is great to be with you on this Tuesday night. We are coming to you live from Chickies and Pete's in the Parks Casino. Great to be here and great to be having a guest of this ilk, a member of the 2021 NFL Hall of Fame, and a great friend of mine for about 100 years. How about a nice welcome to Harold Carmichael?
Thanks, Merrill. Thank you very much. Thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing great, man. My nerves just kind of settled down now from that drive I had to come over here with, but I'm good right now.
Well, I know you love to drive through traffic. You enjoy that all the time. But it's great, and I appreciate you coming all the way up here, and it's a great place here at Chickies and Pete's in the Parks Casino. I know that you are proud of this Philadelphia Eagles football team, aren't you?
I'm very excited about them. Howie Roseman finally got some people in there that I was looking for. Everybody probably would think that would be talking about get the receivers. That was okay. They got the receivers. But I've been for the past 3 or 4 years talking about linebackers. That's what we needed on defense. We needed that backup for that next man up on the offensive line. To me, offensively and defensive lines, that makes a big difference in your team and all. So, I was excited about the linebackers and the way they're playing right now. Cornerbacks are playing because linebackers help cornerbacks. I'm excited about the team right now.
See, I remember when you were a player, and I used to go into the locker room to interview you, and you used to say to me, the offensive linemen, they're worthless. We wide receivers take
Is that
over
right?
a game.
Yeah.
We control the game.
Does Stan Walters know this?
Stan and Jerry, they could be sitting in the corner eating a pie, but the wide
They're
receivers,
not eating pie, they're smoking a cigarette.
the wide receivers make the world go around.
Oh yeah, well we can't do it without those offensive linemen. My locker was not too far from the offensive linemen, and I made sure I made those guys happy all the time. Inviting them to different events we had, parties at my house, because they help you to do what you do. And, I've always said that, and they've been always big in my heart. I just talked to Jerry Sizemore. I've been talking with him the past couple of days, and so excited about him. Well, we'll talk about that later.
We could talk about that now, because Jerry is coming in, because a week from tomorrow night, we have the Otho Davis dinner at the Sheraton Society Hill, and this is a dinner that you have been very, very involved with your agent who has represented you, Jim Solano, for how many years now? Is it 20 years?
This is the 24th year.
24th year.
And we've been doing it. We give out two $20,000 scholarships to graduate students. We have a great time. You were there. You've gotten the Dick Vermeil Award before. We're giving it to... I'm
probably Ray Dittinger.
Ray Dittinger. Oh gosh, I talked to Ray so much.
Easy guess.
Yeah, I talked about Ray so much it just slipped my mind. But he's getting the Dick Vermeil Award. We've got a few of the Gold Jacket guys coming in from the Hall of Famers and all, and we're going to be putting the Gold Jacket on Dick Vermeil again.
Oh, yeah, again?
The people in Philadelphia.
Okay, so you have Dick and you who are in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well, we have Brian Dawkins is coming in.
Dawkins coming in,
and we've got a bunch of guys we reached out to right now. I think we're bringing in Harry Carson.
Really,
from the
former
Giants
New York Giant linebacker.
So we got a bunch, and some of the Hall of Famers. Philadelphia Eagles Hall of Famers will be there also.
Well, there's a bunch of those.
We got a bunch of guys coming in there.
Somebody by the name Michael Anthony Quick.
Michael will be there, and we're looking at a lot of guys coming back. This should be fun.
Brian Trotter,
Jeremiah Trotter. Yeah,
he's an Eagles Hall of Famer.
He's been reached out to, and we got a bunch of Brian Westbrook, a bunch of guys, Connor Barwin. Shucks, I mean, a bunch of guys are coming back.
Great. And if anybody wants to get a ticket, how can they get a ticket?
Well, you can go into Otho Davis Scholarship Foundation dinner on the website, and all the information is right there. We got a great lineup of people, and you can see all of the past what we've been doing. Every year we've done this. People will leaving out of the event saying, "How are you guys going to top this?" Even when we did a Zoom, the video on it. It was a big turn because we had about 5 or 6 gold jacket winners, the Hall of Famers, on that Zoom call. It was awesome. So every year,
I was on the Zoom. That year.
Right.
Yeah.
Every year.
I didn't know you had a gold jacket.
He's got a well-earned gold jacket.
No, you.
Me, I don't have a gold jacket.
Oh, you were on the Zoom call.
I was just on the Zoom call.
But
okay. I snuck on.
Yeah, well, Merrill, you do a lot of stuff for us and help us out when you attend, and you've also done some Q&A for us. It's an exciting night for us, and it's good to see that you're going to be there because you make a lot of stuff work for us.
Well, the interesting thing about the Otho Davis Award, Bob,
I knew Otho.
You
what a
knew
great
Otho.
guy.
See, a lot of
Otho got me back into the press room out at Westchester one night.
Okay.
He's the only one who figured it out. I got locked out at 11 o'clock.
But aside from that, he did a lot of good things. Yeah. but here's the thing:
I walked into
a
that.
lot of the young people who are watching this tonight may not know who Otho Davis was. And Otho Davis came here with Dick Vermeil as the Eagles' first trainer in the Vermeil era. And he was a character. He was a Texan. He had Otho Davis's wildlife preserve in the locker room, in that training area. And he had all kinds of homemade remedies, right?
I tell you what, I can tell you one little small story about, and hopefully I can do it fast, but
take your time.
I sprained my ankle one Wednesday. I mean, really, I turned it, and I thought I had broken it. So I limped back into the training room, and Otho started looking at it and stuff, and he always had this tobacco in his mouth, and he hums when he was working on my ankle and all. So in the locker room and in the medical cabinets, there's a cabinet. And then inside that cabinet is a small lock cabinet. And in that lock cabinet, there's a lock box. So Otho went through that little smaller box and opened it up in there, and he brought out this little bottle. Stuff was oozing out of this bottle, right?
Was there smoke in them?
Yeah,
like a mad scientist.
I'm looking at it, and so he gets a little gauze and douse a little bit on it, and he puts it on my ankle. And then, wraps it up, put me into the cold boot. I'm laying there for about an hour and a half. And he comes back, just humming and, spitting the tobacco out. I'm sorry, people are eating. I'm sorry. but he takes it, he takes everything off the gauze that's on there. Then he takes those little gauze that he put on there, what he put this remedy on, and all my skin came off with it.
No.
I said, Otho, what have you done to me? He just lay back. That was a Wednesday. That Sunday, I had no pain whatsoever. To this day, I don't know what was in that bottle, but it worked. I don't want to know. And you can't do that these days right now. You go to jail if you try to put that stuff in.
I think he got it at Camp Lejeune.
No.
Yeah.
Otho was very good. I mean, when we found out that he had cancer and he was dying, I told Keith Krefley was one of the guys that helped start it. And I said, Keith, we got to do something for Otho. So we started putting together. And the first dinner that we had for him, we raised in 24, maybe about 24 days, we raised $128,000.
Wow!
That's how much everybody loved Otho and all.
I
and we're still working and grinding it out, and people are still coming. They remember, and we're trying to keep his name, his legacy going also.
Everybody has an Otho Davis story, and it's a good one.
And it benefits young people who are in graduate school or in college, studying to become physical therapists or athletic trainers, and it gives them scholarships.
Anything that has to do with sports
medicine.
Sports medicine, you can apply for it. Like I said, we give out $20,000 scholarships every year, and the kids are great when they get them. They're so excited about it because it's a big help. It's a big help for them and their families, and you have to qualify for it. You just don't go. If your family got a lot of money, you don't get this money.
No,
you don't get into this money.
And I
investigate.
Ollie doesn't have a chance.
He has no chance.
I came into the locker room one day and I had hurt my elbow playing tennis and it was puffy. And I just said to Otho, should I take a couple of Advil? Otho said, come with me.
Oh,
Within minutes, I was in the training room with you guys and he dumped me into a tub of ice. And I'm freezing. He said, you just stay there. I said, I'm freezing. I'm going to die. And then he lifted me out and he put me in a hot tub. And I thought I was going to burn to death. But you know what? By the time I left the stadium that day, my elbow was fine. He was miraculous.
But he had to put your whole body in there just for your elbow?
Just my elbow. I still can't figure that.
He forgot about his elbow. Yeah, he was so cold.
That was probably it.
Oh, boy. I mean,
He's a great guy,
a big jokester. I mean, if Otho just asked you to come in the office and do something or grab it, don't do it. He has this.
Didn't he do something to the rookies? Yeah.
Oh,
he had a rookie.
Yeah, well, every rookie.
Come and pick up
year,
a turkey or something.
You come in, come pick up a turkey or stuff, or come meet the bus. We're going to go down to the casinos or something like that. And they never show up. I mean, the bus never is there. He had the funnel where they put down in your pants, and you try to balance something on your top of your head to drop a penny down in the cup, and he pours water down. I mean, the biggest. You don't go into his office. You don't touch anything because you don't know what's going to jump out at you.
Yeah, so this is why we have the Otho Davis Foundation to continue in his memory to raise funds to enable young people to go into sports medicine and different variations.
Dick Vermeil has a story. You got to come and hear that from Dick Vermeil tell the story. It's a great one. He has from Otho Davis.
Oh, I'm sure he has a few. Anyhow, Harold Carmichael is our guest, and I want to tell you something about this team, and you know it more than I do. We talk about the different pieces that have been added to this team over the last couple of years. Well, 2 years ago, or last year, they had drafted Devontae Smith, and we know how wonderful a receiver he is. And then this year, they made a trade with Tennessee, and I was thinking of some names of wide receivers. Their first pick, of course, was Jordan Davis, and I'm thinking maybe they'll take Nakobe Dean, the linebacker, in the second round. But as luck would have it, he was available to them in the third round. But before that all happened, they made a trade with Tennessee, and they brought in A.J. Brown. And is he something?
Oh, he's awesome. The guy's playing in. They're just getting ready. They're just beginning to feel it. Getting that. I know what you're getting ready to do. I know it's time for me to break. I know it's time for me to look for the ball.
No, don't worry about that. We'll go for an hour and a half. We'll get the spots tomorrow.
But there's a lot of things that that just gelling together. When I was playing with Roman Gabriel with Ron Jaworski, we had that timing, and I remember Gabe. We had the fade pattern in the corner, and one of the things we always say, meet me at the corner. Mm-hmm. Whatever way I had to get to that corner, that's where Ron was going to throw the ball, or Gabriel was going to throw the ball. That's where I'm going to get. So you have to have that type of cohesiveness to understand one another. Yeah. What he's going to do. Is he getting ready to break? He's going to break. I can throw the ball now. And when he come out there to break the ball, it's right there. I'm so excited about watching these guys play, and just to watch Jalen Hurts, the way he's been playing.
Is he not something?
Oh gosh, everybody said he can't throw his arms down. He don't have a strong arm.
They didn't know what they were talking about.
That's something that I don't understand. People talk about a strong arm. You don't need a strong arm.
But he has one.
He has one. I'm saying, but to throw the timing, when you break, when I turn my head to look for the ball, it's there.
It's there,
and it's a catchable ball.
Okay, we're going to take a break, and then we will be back with the very quiet Harold Carmichael right after this.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's, and we know Saturdays in the fall are special. Why? College football. And we have you covered with food and drink specials and the best in-game experience to watch your team or the college football game of the week. Come watch Penn State, Temple, Villanova, Notre Dame, Texas, Michigan, Georgia, and more. College football Saturdays are special at Chickies and Pete's.
You never expect to lose a child. My daughter, Sarah Mitchell, was killed while serving her country during Navy maneuvers in the Red Sea. So many people were supportive, But Frank just showed up on our doorstep right after. He came months after, he came years after. It's been 4 years, and Frank still keeps in touch with us. He's just a normal guy that literally takes care of his community, and that's important.
When an Eagles player gets hurt, the team takes care of him. When you get hurt, the attorneys at Begley, Carlin, and Mandio will take care of you. They understand that a severe accident can be a life-altering event. You need a reliable teammate to fight for you. The attorneys at Begley, Carlin, and Mandio will get you great results. And if there's no recovery, there's no fee. Contact them today at 215-750-0110 for a free consultation. 215-750-0110 for a reliable ally that's on your side. All tires aren't the same, and neither are all tire dealers. Michelin tires offer safe, fuel-efficient, long-lasting tires that provide exceptional performance and extraordinary value. BF Goodrich tires are built for drivers looking for high performance and aggressive styling. Trust the tire experts at CJ's Tire and Automotive in Fairless Hills. They'll get you in and out in no time, and their everyday low prices on BF Goodrich and Michelin tires can't be beat. CJ's Tire and Automotive. Better, faster, and more affordable.
A flawless occasion begins at the Capitol Grill. From the moment you step into the Capitol Grill, located in the heart of Center City, the experience is one of comfortable elegance. Whether you're looking to host a private affair, a perfect lunch stop, or dinner destination, start your occasion at the Capitol Grill today. Visit thecapitolgrill.com or call 215-545-9588. That's 215-545-9588 for the Capitol Grill, Center City. Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
Are you looking for a checking account with convenient access and digital tools that can flex to your needs? Then check out Penn Community Bank's Free Checking Plus. With no monthly balance requirement and no monthly service fee, plus all the handy banking services and features you want and need. Early direct deposit? Check. Overdraft grace? Check. Mobile banking and Zelle? Check, check. Visit PennCommunityBank.com/free plus to learn more. Penn Community Bank. Here we grow. Account and feature terms, restrictions, and conditions apply. Ask for full details. Member FDIC.
Don't hang out alone in the man cave this football season. Hang out at Cheerleaders with sexy entertainers, $4 Miller Lights, Jameson specials, and awesome game day prizes during all Sunday and Monday football games. Stop in before, during, or after the game to see your favorite entertainers and your chance to win an awesome game day prize. The most epic game day experience is at Cheerleaders Gentlemen's Club, where champions play. Open daily from noon till 2 a.m.
Fall into relaxation at Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa. For an introductory price of just $69.95, enjoy the tranquility of their massage services and the rejuvenating glow their facial services provide. They even have specialty services such as a pumpkin facial or their signature hot stone massage. Restore, relax, and reset at one of Hand and Stone's 57 locations in Delaware, South Jersey, and Philadelphia, including the Lehigh Valley, for an introductory price of just $69.95. Call or book online at handandstone.com. Restrictions apply. See spa for details.
Ventresca Limited, the Delaware Valley men's store, is located in historic Doylestown. For casual clothing in denim to business suits and tuxedos, Ventresca Limited has a large selection you have to see to believe. The experienced and knowledgeable sales staff can show you the many brand labels that have made Ventresca Limited in Doylestown a must for men concerned about their image. Select from Canali, Brax Jeans, Hickey Freeman, Johnson Murphy Footwear, and much more. Custom alterations are free. Visit Ventresca Limited on the web at ventresca.com.
Former Philly Tommy Green, and here's the pitch. More people are online every day to check and pay their bills. Now you can have your BCWSA utility bill delivered electronically. Enrollment couldn't be easier. Just go to bcwsa.net or call 800-222-2068. With electronic billing, you have control to see your bills whenever you want and enjoy the convenience of viewing and printing up to 13 months of your previous bills. Best of all, the service is free. Sign up for e-billing at bcwsa.net. BCWSA, proven.
We now return to Chickies and Pete's for the Pro Football Report, presented by BCWSA. Once again, here are your hosts, Delaware County Times Birds reporter Bob Grotz and voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, Merrill Reese.
And back we are at Chickies and Pete's inside the Parks Casino in the Great Northeast. Special thanks tonight to Rob's Automotive and Collision for coming out and being a proud partner of Pro Football Report this season. All of you guys from Rob's, thank you for being our guest tonight. Give yourselves a great big round of applause. Okay, we're back, and our guest, as you know, is the great Harold Carmichael. And I do not use the words great very often, but Harold is one of the greatest wide receivers in the National Football League, and the Hall of Fame proves it. My only problem with that is, and I've been saying it, it occurred last year. It should have occurred 15 years ago because Harold was that good and that deserving. But better late than never, right?
It's been 2 years.
It's 2 years.
2 years, because we had COVID.
Yeah.
2020.
So it was 20.
2020.
And so they delayed the ceremony till 2021.
21,
okay.
And it was crazy because
then it was 14 years too late.
It was just so many people, getting the jacket, the gold jackets, and getting, where we got the rings at your home city. But yeah, it was just chaos. There's so many people, and I went back this year for Dick Vermeil, and it was a little different. You had a little more breathing room.
Boy, is that your Hall of Fame ring?
Yes.
Can you just display it, put it on camera?
Wow.
Is it on camera? I
Sure,
couldn't see the
sure.
camera. Okay.
We're TV stars tonight. Okay.
Wow.
It's just kind of incidental. We don't pay any attention to it, but it is there. Hi. But anyhow, Harold, we're talking about this football team. But go ahead.
Jimmy Solano, the agent, presented it.
Yeah,
the award. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
That
50
was
years,
a great speech. Yeah.
50 years, man. I had to let Jim do it because I was saying about Coach, and which would have been great. I thought about Mike Quick, which would have been great. And then I said, nobody's been around me.
I could have really done a good
job.
job.
Yeah, right. You didn't want to get on the airplanes, but it finally happened, and I had to get Jim Solano to do it.
Absolutely.
Oh, you did a great speech too.
It was
Harold
funny.
kept his speech almost within the limits.
I was the first one.
Yeah.
Because for a year almost, when I found out that I was going into the hall, the guys were saying, make sure your speech is short. And then the people from the Hall of Fame, that committee said, we're going to give you 6 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes to do it. Now, 7 minutes, they're going to start turning the music up on you. 8 minutes, they're going to turn it all the way on you. Then they're going to cut everything off if you go longer. So I said, being the first one, I'm going to follow the rules. I got up there. I was 6 minutes, 32 seconds, they told me. And everybody, all the guys loved it. Everybody behind me went 10, 15, 20 minutes.
Sure.
And, I said, well, if I would have known that, I could have, really acknowledged a lot of more people and all. But me being the person that I am, going to go follow the rules. And I said, wow, and you hear some of these guys going 10, 15, 20 minutes almost, it ran me crazy.
Well, let me tell you something, Bob. You probably don't know this story. Your first training camp was where? Was that
Reading.
In
Reading.
At Albury. At
Albright.
At Albury.
Yeah.
At Albury College, your first training camp.
Yes.
So I go out there to interview you for the pregame show. And there's this tall rookie from Southern University, and I asked you, would you be able to do a little taped interview with me? And you were kind enough to say yes. So I asked you a question, a very thoughtful question, and I remember your answer to me was yes. And then I asked you another question, and you said no. And I think, wait a minute, I've got 9 minutes and 58 seconds left. And then I asked you another question, and kiddingly I say to people, Harold nodded. I said, that's not real. But then you became more and more comfortable with things, and within a couple of years, I was able to say, Harold, can I tape you for the pregame show? And you'd say yes, and I'd give you the microphone. I'd come back, you'd do the commercials, you'd take care of everything. You just became so comfortable in public and as a public personality.
Well, I watched a lot of people, when you're a rookie and all of that, you don't know what to say. You want to say the right thing, and also, I was just saying yes and no. Yeah, I know you wanted me to pull it out a little bit longer and stuff, but being around a lot of people in the early part of my career, with Jerry Robinson was one of the guys. Watched him a lot of times talking, doing interviews. Listen to Ron Jaworski and his interviews and all. I said, well, I'm going to start trying to build, take it a little longer, saying. Maybe yes, maybe no, but no, it's just something that, I say now, talk too much.
It's funny you talk
you
about
got good stories.
Yeah, well, you bring up these names like Ron Jaworski and Jerry Robinson and Jerry Sizemore and Stan Walters, and so on down the line. The amazing thing is that all of these years later, and the Herald was part of the 1980 championship team that went to the Super Bowl. All of these years later, you guys take care of each other.
Oh, yeah.
You're still friends. You stay in touch.
Yeah.
When somebody passes away, you send your regards, your sympathies, your condolences.
Or be there.
The latest one I think was Guy Morris, the center who
was
passed
it Guy?
away
Yeah,
this
it was
year.
Guy. Yeah.
Guy passed away this year.
Yeah, Herb Luss.
Herb Luss, that's right, Herb Luss. Yeah. Well, did you play with Herb Luss?
No, he played with me. I was there first.
You were there. You were there first.
Yeah, but Herb was there. He played 2 years together, and great guy. He's still on the circuit pretty much. You should say he always did the prayers at the Otho Davis Foundation.
Sure, he was a minister.
He was a minister here, and the job that Herb Luss did in this community was unbelievable.
Yeah.
He had the People's Choice or something. They had this church there, and he had people coming in there, and I was so impressed when I would go there and go to some of his services, or just go to where he had his school there. People for People, that was the name of it.
Yeah.
But he did a great job in the community, and I love the guy. But talking about that, when somebody has something to do. Event, we're there.
You're there.
We're there.
I know. Listen, there's something else I've got to talk about too. And Bob, we've been through a lot of coaches. I mean, the first coach when I began doing the play-by-play was Dick Vermeil, and I've seen so many coaches ever since. Marion Campbell, and from there it went on and on and on to Buddy Ryan, and all of these different coaches over the years. And a lot of them, most of them, were really, really nice guys. I liked almost every one of them. The only one I didn't feel particularly comfortable with was Chip Kelly, but that's another story for another day. He just was not a warm individual. But every other coach was a pretty nice guy. But what made Dick Vermeil different was that he had such amazing communication skills. And I like to tell people that in the dictionary, if you look under the word charisma, there's a picture of Dick Vermeil. But the thing is, all these years have gone, and guys who played for Dick Vermeil in the 70s still come to him for advice, still come to him when they have a question about a marriage, about their grandchildren. Dick Vermeil is on the quick dial for almost every one of you guys.
Well, whenever Dick says, come here, come do this, everybody that can make it, we're there. And the same thing with if we have some things for an event that we need coach to be there, he's there. Again, like this, every year he's been at the Otho Davis Scholarship Award. Maybe 1 year because we had to change the date, and he'd already made a hunting trip date for that. So that was one year he wasn't there. But every year that he could be there, whatever event you put on, Coach Vermeil is there. And not just, this is for everybody.
I don't know if you could say that about, say, the 2014, the Eagles. I'm serious. Like those guys. I mean, they kind of went their separate ways. A few of them get together, but
no,
you never see T.O. or Curse or anybody like, you know what I mean?
They come back.
T.O. practically wrecked that team.
Okay.
Well, a lot of these guys don't live in the area anymore.
Right. But you guys, a lot of you guys didn't either. And would come back.
We came back. A lot of guys came back to live here,
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I've always said to players when I was doing the 17 years back with the Eagles. I told guys, you stay where you play.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
Yeah.
you always stay where you play, because if you go some other place, you go down to Washington and
Or
play.
go down to Jacksonville,
Go
which
to-
is
yeah,
where you
people,
were born.
People. I go to Jacksonville. People say, "Harold, who?"
Yeah.
Because they're focused on the Jaguars and not
Yeah.
Philadelphia Eagles and all. So,
Yeah.
you stay where you played, and because this is the best place you ever
Yeah.
want to play football in and live in.
I got you. But I got to tell you, Harold, I think you guys had something special. I think it was different. Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we will be back to tell more Harold Carmichael stories right after this.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's. Dine in for these amazing fall specials. Wednesday is crab night. 2 pounds of snow crab legs, $49.99. Or mix it up with 2 pounds of snow crab legs and 4 hard shells for $79.99. Thursdays are for the birds. Whatever the Eagles score on Sunday, you get to save on wings at Chicky and Pete's on Thursday. Plus, limited time fall specials, including bomb pork belly tacos and the garlic truffle burger. Wash it down with our pear elderflower mule or apple cider old fashioned. Chickies and Pete's.
Philadelphia Protestant Home is a premier senior living community that offers affordable, quality, independent living, personal care, skilled nursing, and rehabilitation. PPH is located on a beautiful, serene campus within minutes of Bucks County and features a variety of on-site amenities for active lifestyles. Bowling alley, computer learning center, greenhouse, bank, market, and coming soon, a pharmacy. Call now to schedule a tour, 215-697-8000, or visit us on the web at pphfamily.org. At PPH, we're family.
You never expect to lose a child. My daughter Sarah Mitchell was killed while serving her country during Navy maneuvers in the Red Sea. So many people were supportive, but Frank just showed up on our doorstep right after. He came months after, he came years after. It's been 4 years, and Frank still keeps in touch with us. He's just a normal guy that literally takes care of his community, and that's important.
The life of a Philly sports fan is a wild ride. Some years we fly high. Some years we don't. What never changes year after year is how we get to the game. Shoulder to shoulder with our fellow fans on SEPTA. On the way to the tailgate, coin toss, and kickoff, the Broad Street line takes us from home to home field, and this season home free thanks to Bet Parks. Plan your trip to the game and learn more about free rides home. Sponsored by Bet Parks at iseptaphilly.com.
A flawless occasion begins at the Capitol Grill. From the moment you step into the Capitol Grill, located in the heart of Center City, the experience is one of comfortable elegance. Whether you're looking to host a private affair, a perfect lunch stop, or dinner destination, start your occasion at the Capitol Grill today. Visit thecapitolgrill.com or call 215-545-9588. That's 215-545-9588 for the Capitol Grill, Center City. Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
Fall into relaxation at Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa. For an introductory price of just $69.95, enjoy the tranquility of their massage services and the rejuvenating glow their facial services provide. They even have specialty services such as a pumpkin facial or their signature hot stone massage. Restore, relax, and reset at one of Hand and Stone's 57 locations in Delaware, South Jersey, and Philadelphia, including the Lehigh Valley. For an introductory price of just $69.95. Call or book online at handandstone.com. Restrictions apply. See spa for details.
Enjoy a world of Italian wine and cuisine in nearby Philadelphia at Grand Cafe La Cola. This Italian landmark cafe offers a wide variety of Italian options for both lunch and dinner, and before you leave, try their award-winning gelatos. Offering an online market for your favorite meats, cheeses, coffee, and much more, it's Grand Cafe La Cola website at grandcafelacola.com. Call them today at 215-568-5600. That's 215-568-5600. Or visit them at their flagship location at 1716 Chestnut Street in Philadelphia. The world of Italian cuisine is only a 30-minute drive away at Grand Cafe La Cola.
Ventresca Limited, the Delaware Valley men's store, is located in historic Doylestown. For casual clothing in denim to business suits and tuxedos, Ventresca Limited has a large selection you have to see to believe. The experienced and knowledgeable sales staff can show you the many brand labels that have made Ventresca Limited in Doylestown a must for men concerned about their image. Select from Canali, Brax Jeans, Hickey Freeman, Johnson Murphy Footwear, and much more. Custom alterations are free. Visit Ventresca Limited on the web at ventresca.com.
BCWSA customers, former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green here. I played on the 1993 National League champs, so I know a thing or two about what it's like playing on a winning team. BCWSA has all the ingredients. They make it easy for their customers to get automatic updates by text, email, or phone anytime there is a disruption in your service area. You can even customize your alerts by going to bcwsa.net. That's bcwsa.net. BCWSA, your partner for a safer environment. BCWSA, proven.
We now return to Chickies and Pete's for the Pro Football Report, presented by BCWSA. Once again, here are your hosts, Delaware County Times Birds reporter Bob Grotz and voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, Merrill Reese.
Thank you so much for being with us. We are at Chickies and Pete's in the Parks Casino. Merrill Reese, Bob Grotz, and Harold Carmichael, our very special guest. It is time now for this week's injury review, brought to you by the attorneys at Begley, Carlin, and Mandio. Contact them today for a free consultation at 215-806-3689. That is 215-806-3689.
Okay, here we go. And, Jordan Davis has to sit out at least 3 games. He will not be back. And they missed him, Merrill, didn't they?
Sure.
I mean, they had trouble stopping the run. And for Washington, Carson Wentz, he's got to be out 4 weeks, too. He has 2 more weeks to go. So, yeah, it'll be Taylor Heineke again, not Wentz, no chance.
I know there are a lot of Eagles fans who were saying they wish Wentz were playing.
Yeah, you're probably right.
The way he was playing. Yeah.
Rules are rules, yeah. And then the injury that there was no mention of, and I heard this from a source, Vontae Maddox limped off the field, hamstring. They have not announced that yet. We'll find out once they start practicing. Watch, he'll be running sprints, that's an issue because he is their best nickelback and he can also play other positions. And Josiah Scott has an ankle issue. He could be back, but Avonte Maddox, that's something to look at.
Yeah, he's
right
a good
there.
player.
And one more for Washington, Chase Young. He could be back practicing, possibly even playing this.
Well, he'd be a factor.
He's eligible to come off.
He's one of the best players. That was brought to you by Begley, Carlin, and Mandio. Contact them at 215-806-3689. Harold, have you gotten to know Nick Sirianni at all?
I try to go over about once a week, and I get a chance to say hello to Nick, and just I don't give him any my thoughts, my opinions, and anything. Just saying hello, good luck, that type of stuff, But great guy, I've had a chance to be around him during the pretty much the preseason games and all. And I've been over there just talking to him, doing some barbecues when they had the barbecues for the players, and you stand and talk with him a little bit, but not that much football.
It's interesting. I made a remark, and I made it knowing full well how close you are as a friend, and of course Mike as a friend and partner in the broadcast booth. But I made the remark that this is the best, most talented group of wide receivers the Eagles have ever had. Now, I made this, and nobody respects you and Mike more than I do, but I thought when you and Mike were together, it was really the very beginning of Mike's career, and he only caught 10 passes that year.
And the end of my career.
And it was towards the very end of your career. So if you two had been together at your peaks, then we'd have a real discussion. But based on that, I think this is the best when you consider the fact that they have, as I said, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins is a young guy coming up, but he's not the impact player that they are. And then you add to that Dallas Goedert, who is, and I asked Shane Steichen, the offensive coordinator today, I said, does he belong in the same category as guys like George Kittle of San Francisco and Travis Kelce in Kansas City?
Yes.
He said absolutely.
Yes, I think so too. I mean, Dallas has made some really big catches for the teams and help us to win a lot of these football games and all. And I'm very excited about him, and I like the way he plays. He also blocks for you. Also, he give you that dimension. Also, so I'm excited about that whole passing game trio or quartet, whatever you want to call them, all of those guys, because you put, like I said, Quez Watkins in there, and then you could even put the Boobie out there and let him play a little bit outside too. I think he can catch the ball too. So,
the guy didn't mention, but he's also a guy who comes in and he blocks well and he makes key catches, and that is Zach Pascal, number 3.
He was big, and also with that type of lineup with those type of receivers and stuff, who do you cover? Who do you double cover? Because if you do one, I'm waiting for Smith to break out right now. Devontae, I'm waiting for him to break. I think Jalen is kind of leaning towards Brown right now, AJ right now, and he's leaning that way. And I'm just hoping that Devontae can kind of be a little patient because he's going to get his days.
He will.
Yeah, I think it has to go through Brown, though. I really do.
Yeah,
but Harold, what do you do? What do you do if you're a great receiver, as Devontae Smith is, and suddenly you're being a little bit overshadowed? Does that bother you, or do you just maintain your patience?
You complain to the coaches, right?
No, well, they can do that these days, but I remember playing behind Ben Hawkins and Harold Jackson. I respected that. Then when I got a chance,
yeah, but you didn't come first.
Yeah, well,
Devontae came first.
Exactly, but you got to get open also too. That's who's getting open. A lot of times you look at they may start leaning towards Devontae.
That's an excellent point.
So they're gonna try to double Brown and stuff, AJ Brown and stuff, but Devontae has to be patient. He's going to get his days. He's going to have them days. He's going to have a big day. And I can see it happening in the next few football games, especially this week.
Goddard has been open so many times. It's scary. I mean, he gets open all the time.
Because you look on the outside.
Yeah.
The outside is going to open up that inside.
He's a great route runner.
He runs great routes, and he's aware of where he's supposed to be, setting the holes where he needs to catch the ball, and a great all around tight end. I think he is.
Yeah. He's going to be all pro.
How tough is it in a long season? Of course, you never had a 17-game regular season, but what you had when we began was you had 6 preseason
I started with 14.
games and 14 regular season games. And the first year I did the play-by-play, the first full year I took over with 2 games to go in the 77 season. But 78 was my first full season. That year, you played in the Hall of Fame game. So you had 7 preseason games and 14 regular season games.
Now that's tougher than a 17-game season.
It's tough when you're working under Dick Vermeil.
Oh yeah.
That was tough. But right now you think about this, and we still talk about it. It created us. It put us to where we are right now. A lot of guys
full of aches and pains.
You learn how to work hard and surround yourself with good people. It's something that I always learned from him, And I think about the time sitting in the locker room, sitting next to Keith Krefley and
the tight end.
I'm keeping his mind together because I started singing and stuff. I was singing on when we were stretching and all, And guys used to just love it because it just broke all of the craziness up. Just got rid of that when we did something crazy. When Louis Giamona would do something, say something crazy, or quiet. As everybody think, quiet Wilbur Montgomery would come out and really crack on somebody. It was a fun group.
Boy, I think of the best running backs that I've ever been around, and in my tenure. And Wilbur Montgomery, I have 3. Wilbur Montgomery, Brian Westbrook,
and Shady
McCoy.
Right. I mean, those guys are great. They're awesome ball players, And I played with Wilbur and stuff, and I know he's tough as a nail and stuff. I mean, I know I missed a block a couple of times. Well, I know one time when I missed a block and they just lit him up, and I had to walk past him. He's getting off the ground. He just looked at me and said, "Harold." I'll never forget that look till the tail die. I mean, and ever since then, I say I'm not gonna ever miss another block for this guy.
And the funny thing about Wilbert is he was so shy and so intimidated.
Well, see, the people say that. No, he wasn't.
But Harold, when he was a rookie, and Dick Vermeil would come into the locker room, he would hide in his locker because he didn't want Dick to cut him.
I don't know if that was because he was super that when he first ran that kickoff back. We all knew he was special, but he had Tom Sullivan in front of him and stuff. Wilbert was so tough, and I can remember some of the runs he made. And gosh, I throw a block, and I'm looking at, then he just can't see nothing but his name and numbers just going down for the touchdown.
Well, that first touchdown was a kickoff coast to coast. That was my first game doing play-by-play.
Okay.
And I got to do every touchdown he ever scored because he finished with the Lions and he never scored again.
Right.
So, all right, we'll be back right after this.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's Incredible Crab Specials Wednesdays this fall. 2 pounds of snow crab legs for $49.99 or 2 pounds of snow crab legs and 4 hard shells for $79.99. Thursdays is Chicky and Pete's Go Birds Wing Special. Whatever the Eagles score on Sunday, get that percentage off your wings on Thursday. Higher score, bigger discount. Plus, our fall specialty menu with the mouth-watering garlic truffle burger and B-Dog Impact Nachos. Enjoy a pumpkin shandy or a smoked apple cider margarita. Chickies and Pete's.
All tires aren't the same, and neither are all tire dealers. Michelin Tires offers safe, fuel-efficient, long-lasting tires that provide exceptional performance and extraordinary value. BF Goodrich tires are built for drivers looking for high performance and aggressive styling. Trust the tire experts at CJ's Tire Automotive in Fairless Hills. They'll get you in and out in no time, and their everyday low prices on BF Goodrich and Michelin tires can't be beat. CJ's Tire Automotive. Better, faster, and more affordable. Have you or a family member been involved in an accident? If so, you need to call an experienced lawyer you can trust. You need to call the personal injuries lawyers at Velter, Urofsky, Zoftis, and Sokolson. If you or someone you know has been in an automobile, motorcycle, truck, slip and fall, or drunk driving accident, contact Velter, Urofsky, Zoftis, and Sokolson. Call 215-969-3004. Again, that number is 215-969-3004.
Don't hang out alone in the man cave this football season. Hang out at Cheerleaders with sexy entertainers, $4 Miller Lights, Jameson specials, and awesome game day prizes during all Sunday and Monday football games. Stop in before, during, or after the game to see your favorite entertainers and your chance to win an awesome game day prize. The most epic game day experience is at Cheerleaders Gentlemen's Club, where champions play. Open daily from noon till 2 a.m.
You never expect to lose a child. My daughter, Sarah Mitchell, was killed while serving her country during Navy maneuvers in the Red Sea. So many people were supportive, but Frank just showed up on our doorstep right after. He came months after, he came years after. It's been 4 years, and Frank still keeps in touch with us. He's just a normal guy that literally takes care of his community, and that's important.
A flawless occasion begins at the Capitol Grill. From the moment you step into the Capitol Grill, located in the heart of Center City, the experience is one of comfortable elegance. Whether you're looking to host a private affair, a perfect lunch stop, or dinner destination, start your occasion at the Capitol Grill today. Visit thecapitolgrill.com or call 215-545-9588. That's 215-545-9588 for the Capitol Grill, Center City.
Planning to go to the game? Give LimoToday.com a call. You'll get to the game and back safely and in style. Why worry about the traffic and parking when you can relax and let LimoToday.com do the driving for you and your friends? And if you book a 5-hour trip with LimoToday.com, you'll get the 6-hour free. From sedans to minibuses to vans and stretch limos, let LimoToday.com get you to the game. Give them a call at 1-866-LIMO-TODAY. That's 1-866-LIMO today.
Enjoy a world of Italian wine and cuisine in nearby Philadelphia at Grand Cafe L'Aquila. This Italian landmark cafe offers a wide variety of Italian options for both lunch and dinner, and before you leave, try their award-winning gelatos. Offering an online market for your favorite meats, cheeses, coffee, and much more, it's Grand Cafe L'Aquila website at grandcafel'Aquila.com. Call them today at 215-568-5600. That's 215-568-5600. Or visit them at their flagship location at 1716 Chestnut Street in Philadelphia. The world of Italian cuisine is only a 30-minute drive away at Grand Cafe L'Aquila.
Ventresca Limited, the Delaware Valley men's store, is located in historic Doylestown. For casual clothing in denim to business suits and tuxedos, Ventresca Limited has a large selection you have to see to believe. The experienced and knowledgeable sales staff can show you the many brand labels that have made Ventresca Limited in Doylestown a must for men concerned about their image. Select from Canali, Brax Jeans, Hickey Freeman, Johnson Murphy Footwear, and much more. Custom alterations are free. Visit Ventresca Limited on the web at ventresca.com.
Former Philly Tommy Green, and here's the pitch. More people are online every day to check and pay their bills. Now you can have your BCWSA utility bill delivered electronically. Enrollment couldn't be easier. Just go to bcwsa.net or call 800-222-2068. With electronic billing, you have control to see your bills whenever you want and enjoy the convenience of viewing and printing up to 13 months of your previous bills. Best of all, the service is free. Sign up for e-billing at bcwsa.net. BCWSA, proven.
We now return to Chickies and Pete's for the Pro Football Report, presented by BCWSA. Once again, here are your hosts, Delaware County Times Birds reporter Bob Grotz and voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, Merrill Reese.
And back we are again. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you again from all the nice people at Rob's Automotive who came out to the show tonight. And it's time now for this week's Penworth Financial Keys to the Game. The key to your financial future is Penworth Financial. Call them today at 267-997-4503 or visit penworth.com. Bob, take us through the keys to the game, or at least a key.
Key number one, you got to do something to slow down that defensive line. Either run the ball right at them, because if you run away from them, they will just crush you. And or figure out what you want to double over the middle, short passes to receivers. You got to do something to counter that defensive line. And,
okay, I'm going to give you a key. Harold, have you watched Washington, the Commanders?
Haven't watched a lot of them.
Okay, if you watched them last week, one thing that I've seen, and I know that Taylor Heineke, their young quarterback, has a lot of heart, and he's gutsy, and he has the will to win. He has a lot of intangibles. But one thing he isn't is tall. And if you're not tall, you have to be able to throw through passing lanes like Russell Wilson did. But for some reason or other, he doesn't do that. And they've got to rush with their hands up high, because I think last week when he was playing against Minnesota, he had at least 6 passes smacked back in his face.
I didn't know it was that many.
Yeah, it
All
was.
right. Yeah.
It was.
I saw some of that last week, and that is going to be something that if you can't get to the quarterback, get in the lanes and knock the ball down.
Yeah.
And like I say, I saw about 2 or 3 of those the other day. Another person you got to worry about is McLaurin, the wide receiver.
Yeah, good one. Number 17, Terry McLaurin.
The guy is good. You know, their receiving core is not bad enough. So you got to get in Heineke's face and I'll just make him try to throw over you. And that a lot of times that'll be an error in the way he throws the football.
Yeah,
you got to stop the run too. That's another one.
Well, I think they will.
They can run the ball. Yeah. Well, without Jordan Davis, it's been an adventure.
That's been tossed up too, because when Jordan was in there, he was a big run stopper. People stopped throwing the ball on you. He wasn't not a big pass rusher. So he's got to develop when he comes back. He got to be able to do both right now. Because people start seeing you just a one-trick pony, like pretty much. That they're gonna just start throwing on you.
But you know what? One of the things that Nick Sirianni mentioned this week, and he did it on Angelo's show on WIP, and he was asked about stopping the run and sloppy tackling, and he said that we have been emphasizing takeaways so much that everybody is intent on stripping the ball away, and that's why they're plus 15 in turnover differential. but he said that when you're concentrating like that, sometimes you get out of your fundamentals, and if you don't strip the ball away, you haven't made the tackle.
Well, you got to hold on to him and then try to strip it, But you
First
find a
things
lot
first.
of the first guy make the tackle, and the other guy come in to try to strip the ball away. You got to make those tackles. If not, they're going to keep you in 2nd and 3, 3rd and 1, or something like
Jordan
that.
Davis will make up for a lot of that desire to strip the ball.
Well,
those
he's
missed
good.
tackles. Yeah.
Harold, do you worry about not players so much, but a lot of people are talking, can they go 17-0? How long can this winning streak? And then I had heard someone say, well, the first team that has a chance to beat them is Tennessee. You know what? They could lose any week. Any team in this league can beat any team in this league. And I don't care from top to bottom, it happens every year.
Any given season. We almost got to that 8-0 back in, I guess it was 79. I think we was going 7-0.
The year before you went to the Super Bowl.
And we were 7-0,
Yeah,
and then we went down, and I think New Orleans
beat you.
Beat us. We didn't get to that 8-0 and stuff. So a lot of times you have to kind of keep yourself grounded, because if you start looking too far ahead, that's when it creeps up on you.
Okay, we're going to pick our games. All right, Thursday night game. Bob. Oh, by the way, we're both 33-20, and I'm 33-22. You're 31-24. We were both 5-3 last week. All right, Thursday night, Atlanta at Carolina. Don't peek.
Right. I will take Atlanta.
Okay, Harold.
Atlanta.
3 for Atlanta. Dallas at Green Bay. The network is building this up like an epic struggle. Green Bay's a mess.
They really are. You got to go with Dallas.
Bob?
I'd go Dallas, too.
I hate doing that.
The tundra isn't even frozen up there.
Can anyone think Houston can beat the Giants?
Yes. Oh, yeah, they can. But
Are you going to pick them?
Where's it at?
It's at the Giants.
No, I'll take the Giants.
I'm going to take the Giants here.
I am going to take Houston. Aha. All right, Seattle at Tampa Bay. Bob.
Tampa Bay.
Harold.
Tampa Bay.
Although Geno Smith is playing good football.
He's playing very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Detroit, who beat Green Bay last week, can they make it 2 in a row and win at Chicago? Bobby.
Oh, yes, they can. Yeah.
Are you picking them?
Yeah, I'm taking Detroit.
Okay,
yeah.
Harold.
They're at Chicago?
At Chicago.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to go with Detroit.
You go 3 for Detroit. Oh, my. Such respect. Minnesota. See, I'm thinking that Minnesota, who only has 1 loss, they're on the Eagles' heels.
They're going to lose.
They're
Who are they
at
playing?
Buffalo.
No, it's a loss.
Okay, you're going Buffalo?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm going Buffalo.
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing is, there's 2 things, actually. Number 1, Buffalo was
Josh
beaten
Allen.
by the Jets, and we don't know about Josh Allen because he injured his elbow.
Right.
So we'll see. That's a big factor.
You know who his backup is, right? He used to play for the Eagles from SC.
Yeah. Matt
Barkley.
Matt Barkley, yes.
Yeah.
Matt Barkley.
God,
Okay,
yeah.
Chargers at San Francisco.
I'm going to go with San Francisco.
Bobby.
I'll go with the Chargers.
You're going with the Chargers.
Yeah.
I'm with Harold in San Francisco. And finally, I root for this guy every week because he's one of my favorite people in the world, Doug Peterson. Can Jacksonville... I have a tough time keeping a straight face.
Yeah.
Can Jacksonville win at Kansas City?
No.
Harold.
No.
No.
Has Doug ever beaten Andy? I don't think so.
I don't know about that, but
Yeah.
has anybody like that
They
Jacksonville...
can't be beat. They can't be beaten now.
Let me tell you,
Okay.
you're not
Yeah.
gonna, Patrick Mahomes right now is amazing. All right, we're out of time. We're just about out of time. Harold, you're a wonderful friend and a wonderful guest, and we thank you for taking a 12-hour car ride and coming up here.
And you look good, Harold.
That was in about 12 miles, But thank you very much. It's always great being around you, Merrill. You're one of my favorite people, and has so much respect for you.
Well, thank you. And Bobby, we thank you. And we thank Chris Ermer, our engineer and producer.
Don't forget Matt.
And
yeah.
I'm not forgetting Matt, who showed up once again and did absolutely nothing. So from all of us, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you Monday night with Monday Night Football. And, of course, Tuesday night will be at Chickies and Pete's in Drexel Hill. Good night, everyone.
You've been listening to the Pro Football Report, presented by BCWSA. Tonight's show is an exclusive presentation of 1490